The veteran Joey Sly set to get us started, and we are underway in our nation's capital. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Jones looking to throw it on the first play. This will go to Henry out wide. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a second down and 6. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards and a giant first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Henry on first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, here's Henry. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on the third down?
Some of the most unselfish plays on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing Jones. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tay Crowder. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jones.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Montez swept the one more time to find him and drop him.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them down.
Defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Burrow's throw taken in by London.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
Touchdown, Washington.
Irv Smith Jr., 37 yards.
And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Line ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Complete. It's Henry.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Henry up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Call it one game there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard. He stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy? That guy in, he's got to take one for...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From midfield now, Burrow. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start with a give to Henry to about the 35, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and leg movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
Jones now. Off play action.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen.
Westbrook now on the return.
And he'll take this across the 25. Out of bounds.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Burrow. This will be caught at Samuel. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And they go play action now. Burrow. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Giants are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard.
Had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 23. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Here we go. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Burrow on play action. On the move to his left. Smith catches left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And some room to roam that. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley, 56 yards.
And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Back to throw. Jones.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker. At the columnist of having played the ball here, no panic in his eyes. Is that throw a ride? Tracked it from the moment he left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to not get away.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Giants are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Juice. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
78 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Barkley is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 2nd and goal, Burrow. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here.
And now here is another interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Burrow will throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw.
Touchdown! A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it is 28-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in his first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath with those guys on the defensive side of the ball. They get big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones.
They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now Jones throwing on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Giants will take over possession here up at the 44.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Let me hear a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggling to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. It seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 2, ready?
Burrow on 3rd down.
And he's got Smith here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
96 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Here's Burrow. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Giants are going to have it here just past the 25.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Throwing, Jones.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
It's a little bit easy analysis about what they struggled so far. If you bring themselves in 3-1 situations, they just take another sack right there.
And the offensive film session may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Montez Sweat in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
He finds his man, complete. That's Williamson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. It's Barkley on the counter. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He finds his man. It's Robinson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now Burrow. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. With now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Commanders open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And down he goes at the 25. 44 yards rushing for him at this point. So from second and long, now we go third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
It's tipped, but it doesn't matter. He still catches it. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's a big play for the Giants on third down. And even 40 yards. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter and now can really take some time off the clock.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. A first down carry for Henry.
And he'll get it inside the 35. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Henry.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 28. 56 yards rushing for him now to hold it.
Well, that looked like some pretty easy yardage there.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
And then they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. He needed 2. He only got 1 on the sneak, and that's going to lead us to a 4th and 1.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut.
And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for the series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Talk to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now here's Samuel on the end around.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On second down, here's Barkley. And some room to work. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here we go.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Chase Young able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points.
And my goodness, another interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Here we go. Here we go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. This was not just the opener of a